Working the night shift as a security guard was supposed to be the easiest job I ever had. At least, that's what they told me when I started at the office building on the edge of the city. During the day, the place was full of life. Meetings, phone calls, people rushing around with coffee. But after 6 in the evening, the building emptied out. On all 3 floors, the only sounds left were the hum of the ventilation and me. They gave me a tablet with camera access, a key card, and a small security room on the first floor. My routine was simple: a patrol every 2 hours, checking the cameras, reporting in the morning. I thought I would spend most nights watching movies on my phone, but I realized how wrong I was on my very first shift. Around 11 at night, I was sitting in the security room scrolling through the cameras. Every room was dark, every hallway empty, nothing unusual, until I switched to the camera on the 3rd floor. At the far end of the long hallway, one of the lights flickered. Quickly, almost too fast to notice, but it flickered. I zoomed in just to make sure I wasn't imagining it. The hallway was empty, but the unease stayed with me. At 1 in the morning, I went on another patrol and I specifically checked the 3rd floor. Everything looked normal, no flickering lights, no shadows. I walked up and down the hallway, checked the doors. Everything was calm. But when I returned to the security room and opened the cameras again, that same light flickered once more. This time slowly, as if someone was walking under a motion sensor. Except there were no motion sensors in that hallway. I leaned closer, and for a moment I saw a shadow. A human shadow, tall, thin, standing by the wall. It disappeared the moment I blinked. I replayed the footage several times, but saw nothing. I told myself I was just tired. It was my first night after all. At 2 in the morning, I went on my next patrol. The hallways were silent. I went straight to the spot where the camera had shown the shadow, and I saw an office chair, turned toward the wall. Not toward a desk, not toward the hallway, but toward the wall, as if someone had been sitting in it, staring at a single point for hours. I was sure that chair hadn't been there during the day. I would have noticed. I reached out, planning to move it slightly, and at that exact moment, behind me, I heard the click of a switch. The lights went out. I spun around immediately, turned on my flashlight. The hallway was empty, but the air felt colder. I quickly returned to the security room, sat in front of the tablet trying to calm myself down. That's when the tablet vibrated. Motion detected. 3rd floor. Camera 7. I opened camera 7. My heart skipped a beat. The office chair was now in a different hallway. Someone had moved it in the time it took me to walk downstairs. But that wasn't the worst part. In the glass reflection of a nearby office door, I could see a shadow, tall, barely visible, leaning over the chair. I stared at that shadow, afraid to blink, and then it slowly straightened. When I switched the camera off and on again, the chair was empty. The shadow was gone. I should have called someone, my supervisor, anyone, but I didn't get the chance. The tablet suddenly started buzzing nonstop. Multiple alerts popped up one after another. Motion detected, 2nd floor. Motion detected, 3rd floor. Motion detected, server room. Motion detected, main hall. I opened the cameras quickly, one by one, and the chair kept appearing in different places, like someone was pushing it through the building. On the 3rd floor camera, dimly lit, I saw it moving, slowly, by itself, gliding down the hallway as if pulled by something unseen. A cold wave ran down my spine. I ran toward the exit. I didn't care about the job anymore. I just wanted to leave, let someone else deal with this in the morning. But when I reached the glass doors of the main hall, they were locked. My keycard didn't work. The reader blinked red, as if the system no longer recognized me. Then the tablet chimed softly. A new camera feed. I turned my head slowly. The chair was standing at the far end of the hall, facing me, and behind it, a shadow, a tall figure, standing right behind the backrest, completely still, as if waiting. The lights flickered. For a fraction of a second, the figure was closer. The lights flickered again, even closer, a few meters away. I didn't scream. My voice simply disappeared. I backed up until I hit the wall. When the lights flickered one last time, the figure was right in front of me. Then everything went dark. The lights came back after a few seconds. I was alone. The hall was empty. The chair was back in the hallway as if nothing had happened. But on the tablet, a new recording appeared from the server room, captured just seconds before the power went out. The video showed the office chair standing in the center of the room and a figure slowly raising its hand as if reaching for the camera. And then the recording ended. I quit in the morning. No one believed a word I said. But sometimes, when I walk past that building at night, I see a shadow in one of the windows, standing behind a chair, and I know it's still there.